Now in the Lloyd's single mirror experiment, we saw that when the light ray, it gets reflected from the denser medium, that is, it reflects from a denser medium, then the reflected light will have an abrupt shift in the phase by pi. So here I have shown air medium and this is the glass medium, and the light is incident on the glass medium, that is the denser medium, and the reflected light, the light which is reflected from the denser medium, there is an abrupt shift in the phase, and that shift is equal to pi. And this was the only reason that the central fringe in case of the Lloyd's mirror, it came out to be a dark fringe, unlike the two cases that we had already done, that is the Young's double slit experiment and Fresnel's biprism, where the central fringe, it came out to be a bright fringe. So now we are going to look at the phase change on reflection. So here we had talked about the reflection of the light by the denser medium. Now we will also take into account the reflection of the light by the rarer medium. So to look upon that, first we must know this principle of optical reversibility, which says that in the absence of any absorption, that is, there is no absorption of the light inside the medium, so in that case, a light ray that is reflected or refracted, it will retrace its original path if its direction is reversed. That is, any light ray, if it is not absorbed, so it is traversed 100% inside the medium, there is no absorption. So that light ray which is either reflected or refracted, it will retrace its original path. So when the direction of the light ray, they are reversed. Now in figure 1, here I have shown a light ray which is incident on a denser medium. This is the air medium, or you can say the medium which has refractive index N1, and the other medium can be taken as glass, or generally it can be taken as any medium whose refractive index is N2. So N1 is taken less as compared to N2. So air has less refractive index as compared to glass. So the light is made incident on the denser medium, so that this light, it will get reflected, and this light will also get refracted in this denser medium. So as we know, this is the denser medium, so this light, refracted light, will bend towards the normal which is made on the interface. So this refracted light, it will bend towards the normal. This is the case of figure 1, that is the light, we have a reflected light and also we will get a refracted light. Now this refracted light is made to incident in the opposite direction on this interface, that is, this light ray is now made to incident in this direction. So now we will be using the principle of optical reversibility. Now this light ray, when it falls, this refracted light ray, when it is made to inverse its directions, then this light ray will also suffer reflection, which can be drawn by using the principle of that the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So this refracted light ray, when its directions are reversed, then this will get reflected in this direction, and also this light ray which is incident on the rarer medium, now this is incident on the rarer medium, it will get refracted. Now this is the reflected ray, now this light ray, it will also get refracted, and the refracted light ray will bend away from the normal. So this will bend away from the normal. So this was the original path of the reflected ray. This was the original path of the incident ray, and the refracted ray, it will bend away from the normal. Now this is the reflected ray, the ray which is shown by pink color. This is the reflected ray, and the ray which is shown by blue color is the refracted one. This is the refracted ray. Now in the first figure, in figure 1, let's say R1, since the light ray it is incident on the denser medium from the rarer medium, so R1 is the amplitude reflection coefficient and T1 is the amplitude transmission coefficient. Now when this light ray, this is incident in this direction and it gets reflected, let's say the amplitude of the incident light ray is small a, that is the amplitude of the incident light ray is small a. Now this light ray is incident from the rarer medium and we have defined these variables for the case of incidence from a rarer medium on the denser medium. So if the amplitude is small a, then the reflected light in the rarer medium, the amplitude of this light ray will be A times R1. So R1 it will obviously be less than 1. So the amplitude they get reduced. Now small a is the amplitude of incident light and A times R1, this will be the amplitude of the reflected light in the rarer medium. And since this we are talking about the incidence from the rarer medium, so we will be using the second variable which is T1. Now this is the transmitted light and the amplitude of this transmitted light will be A times T1. So these variables, these are defined when the light is incident from a rarer medium onto the denser medium. So the amplitude of reflected light will be A times R1 and the amplitude of the transmitted or the refracted light will be A times T1. Now this same ray is made to incident in the reverse direction in this figure 2. Now this ray of amplitude AT1 is made to incident on this interface. Now since this is incident from a denser medium, so here we will be defining again two variables which will be R2 and T2. So R2 is the amplitude, this is also the amplitude reflection coefficient, but this is for the case when incidence of the light is from denser medium to rarer. That is if the light is incident in the denser medium. Then T2 is the amplitude transmission coefficient when the light is incident from the denser medium. So the light is now made to refracted light. The direction of this light is reversed. So this light ray is made to fall on this interface in the reverse direction with amplitude AT1. The amplitude is made same. So AT1 amplitude of light is made to fall on this interface. Now this light, it will get reflected as well as it will get refracted. Now this reflected light we are showing by pink color as we had shown over here, and the transmitted light is shown by blue color. Now this light which is reflected in the denser medium, the amplitude of this light ray will be the original amplitude which is A times T1 times, since it is reflected, times the amplitude reflection coefficient which is R2, because now the incidence is from the denser medium to the rarer medium, so we will be using R2. So the amplitude of the reflected light in this case will be A times T1 times R2. Now similarly the transmitted light, this transmitted light will have an amplitude of the original amplitude which is AT1 of the incident ray times the transmission coefficient which is the T2, because the light is incident from the denser to the rarer medium. Now we will be reversing the direction of this reflected light. First case, in this case we have reversed the direction of the refracted ray. Now we will be reversing the direction of the reflected ray. Now this ray is made to fall on the denser medium from the rarer medium in this direction. So when the reflected ray is made to reverse its direction, so this will also give rise to a reflected ray, and this will give rise to a transmitted ray. So the reflected ray, now the amplitude of this reflected ray, it will have an amplitude of AR1. Now the reflected ray of amplitude AR1 is made to incident from the rarer to the denser medium. So this will get reflected in this direction, and the amplitude of such a ray will be, so since it is getting reflected, so I am showing it by pink color. So this ray of light, it will have an amplitude of the original amplitude, which is AR1, times the reflection coefficient. Since this is the reflected light, so this is getting reflected, and the amplitude of this reflected light will be the original amplitude, which is AR1, times its reflection coefficient. Now since this light is incident from the rarer medium, so we will be using R1, that is AR1 times R1, which will be AR1 square. Now this light will also get transmitted, that is it will also get refracted, and hence the amplitude of such refracted ray will be the original amplitude, which is AR1, times the transmission coefficient, and the transmission coefficient will be T1, because the light is incident from the rarer medium on the denser medium. Now we will be using the principle of optical reversibility, that when the paths of the lights, they are made reversed, so they will retrace their original path. So now we have reversed the direction of reflected light, and also we reversed the direction of the transmitted light. So this system should come out to be equal to this system. We have simply reversed the directions of reflected and the refracted light, so they should give a rise to a single ray of amplitude small a. But now we have a system which looks like this. So according to the principle of reversibility, this amplitudes, that is AT1 and AR1 square, so AT1 times T2, this is the amplitude AT1 times T2 plus AR1 square, because these are the amplitude of the light rays which are going in the same direction. So these two amplitudes they should sum up to A, that is the sum of these two amplitudes should be equal to A according to the principle of optical reversibility. And here we have this light ray, and the amplitude of sum of the amplitude of these light rays will be AT1 times R2 plus AR1 times T1, and the sum of the amplitudes of these light rays, it should be equal to 0, because there is no light ray, as we have shown in figure 1. There is only reflected and transmitted light. There is no light in this direction, so these amplitudes of the rays, they should sum up to 0, and hence we get the equations. These two equations we can simplify, so we get R1 square will be equal to 1 minus T1 times T2, and we also get R1 is equal to minus of R2. So we get two relations, which is R1 square is equal to 1 minus T1 into T2, and R1 is equal to minus of R2. So these two relations, these are called as Stokes relations. These are the Stokes relations. So here we see that R1 is equal to minus of R2. That is, if R2 is positive, then R1 will be negative, or if R2 is negative, then R1 will be positive. This is the reflection coefficient. R1 is the reflection coefficient when the light it gets reflected Now R1 is the reflection coefficient when the light it travels from rarer to denser medium, and hence it is getting reflected from a denser medium. So R1 is the amplitude reflection coefficient when the light ray is getting reflected from a denser medium. So this is the denser medium and light is traveling in the rarer medium. So R1 comes into account when the light is getting reflected from a denser medium, and R2 it comes when the light is getting reflected from a rarer medium, that is when it is traveling in the denser medium. So this light is traveling in the denser medium and is incident on a rarer medium interface, and it gets reflected. So in that case R2 will come into account, and we know that from here in case of R2 the light is getting reflected from a rarer medium, and in case of R1 the light is getting reflected from a denser medium. So from this result we see that these two coefficients are in opposite sign. That is, if from this relation we know that R1 is opposite to the sign of the R2, that is if R2 is positive R1 will be negative, and if R2 is negative R1 will be positive. But from the Lloyd's mirror experiment, from Lloyd's single mirror experiment, we know that when a light if it is incident on a denser medium, it shifts its phase by pi. That is, its amplitude it gets reversed. That is R1, this will be negative since the light it is getting reflected from a denser medium in case of the Lloyd's mirror, and we know that from the Lloyd's mirror that the light it will change its phase by pi when it is reflected from a denser medium, and we know that when a light it gets reflected from a denser medium we have R1, which is the amplitude reflection coefficient. So R1 will be negative in this case, that is when the light is reflected from a denser medium. So R2 will be positive. Now R2 is this is the amplitude reflection coefficient when the light it gets reflected from a rarer medium. So since R2 is positive, so R2 will be positive and R1 this will be negative because there is a change of phase, abrupt change of phase of pi. So R1 will be negative because this is experimentally proven by Lloyd's experiment, and hence R2 will always be positive, which means that when there is a reflection, when the light it gets reflected from rarer medium, because R2 it comes into account, when the light it gets reflected from a rarer medium. So if R2 is positive means that when the light it gets reflected from a rarer medium there is no change of phase. So from this article we conclude that when a light it gets reflected from a rarer medium, that is it is traveling in the denser medium, but is getting reflected by a rarer medium. So when such system is taken into account, then there is no change of phase of light. Whereas from the case of Lloyd's mirror, we know that when the light it gets reflected from a denser medium, then there is an abrupt change of phase, and that change is given by pi. So this is the experimental result of Lloyd's mirror. And using this Stokes relation, we found that if R1 is negative, if R1 is always negative, then R2 should always be positive, means that reflection from a rarer medium, there is no change of phase.